So we're doing urban funk, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm not urban, I'm not funky, cool. They tell us that we have to do a piece that lets us know what makes it, or tells what makes the city come to life. And I'm thinking, well, I've been to New York City 3 times, and there's one thing about that city. Every time I go, like, you know, I never want to come back. And so I started thinking, what is it about New York that makes me not want to come back to Tampa? What is it that makes that city come to life? And of course, it's things like, you know, the sights and the sounds, and obviously the people that live there. You know, it's like a huge melting pot, you know. And then for the actual piece, I started researching, like, you know, street art and graffiti work and stencil work, and I saw a lot of pieces online that I really like, and I've never really been into that kind of stuff, but I'm thinking I might buy a couple of spray cans and start doing it just for the hell of it. So I wanted to emulate that with my piece, kind of just, you know, my version of graffiti and stencil work that you see, you know, on a wall or two, maybe on a subway train. So that's the story behind my piece. So I'm sticking to it. So, any questions?
Thanks, Carlo.
Again, I think we always applaud when one of the contestants does something that's not exactly, you know, in their field of expertise necessarily. This is a little outside of that for you, as far as kind of what you're used to doing.
Right.
That said, I kind of feel like, I mean, you're in a really tough zone right now as far as the other competitors that you're up against.
Really?
And this piece, compared to the other pieces that we've seen so far tonight, you're kind of out of your league. But that said, it's not a bad piece. The type really bothers me, as far as I think you'd have a better piece without a lot of the type that's going on there, or with that handled in a way that was a lot more considered.
Okay.
I guess that's all.
Okay.
Well, Carlos, I like the way that you described what you wanted to do with your piece. I thought that it was really thoughtful, talking about what a city is to you, the sights and sounds and people. I'm not really convinced that that's what's being portrayed or being executed in this piece, for me at least. It's lacking some of that richness that you were verbally communicating to us, but like the colors are very primary, and there's this random swirl thing that's black and white going on in the background, and it's like there's like a collage of urban fonts kind of stuck together here. It's not one of my favorite pieces of yours, and I think that yeah, especially the fonts. I think all the type might have been better suited to not even quite have that on there and focus more on what you were verbally saying you were trying to do, convey these sights, sounds, and people that make up the city.
You're a funny guy. I liked your video when you came in, and I think that if you were to have pushed this any further, I would have assumed you were using a sense of humor on me, because you have every cliche in the book on this thing, with the taxi cab and the train and the cool people and the city in the background and the 1980s Fresh Prince of Bel-Air color palette, and it's kind of with and the cheesy tattoo marks, typefaces. I think you kind of nosedived this week, but you know, what we think matters is having no effect on the voting polls. So maybe we'll see you here in 2 weeks.
I don't know. Maybe after 2 weeks, after this critique, I might not want to come back.
I don't want to see a letter up here next time.
Well, okay. Thank you for.
Thank you, Carlos.